Welcome, everybody, to Books with Cooks,
a podcast for bookies and foodies.
Hi, I'm Jess.
And I'm Alex.
And we're two cousins
who are also best friends
who love to read.
Yeah.
And I love to cook.
And I cook to survive.
We'll be reviewing, analyzing,
sometimes overanalyzing,
and discussing the books we're currently reading, as well as new
and old
recipes from our kitchen to yours. By the way, we're real people
with real families.
So you may hear cats,
dogs,
birds,
babies,
and husbands.
So enjoy that bonus material. Now let's get booking
and have a tasty chat. Hey listeners, stick around at the end of this episode for some bloopers and bonus content.
Hey listeners, if you're enjoying our podcast, please give us a 5-star review on Apple, Spotify, or your preferred streaming service to help us reach more listeners and spread the word about our podcast.
All right, so we just want to introduce a new segment on our Thursday episodes called Harpoon That Tune. Can you guess a tune within 5 seconds of hearing its intro? We want to know.
If you can guess, reach out to us via email or message us on our socials with the answer to be featured in an upcoming episode and grab a chance to be entered in an upcoming giveaway.
Today's tune is... Hey. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Jess.
Welcome back to the snack, everybody.
Yeah. What are you snacking on?
Jinx.
I'm actually not snacking on anything right now. I do have a bag of mini marshmallows with me, but I haven't had any.
Nice.
So, yeah. And I finished my coffee, so.
What kind of coffee was it?
It was an iced coffee today with some amaretto and I ran out of my usual creamer, so I used some French vanilla creamer.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I like that you switched up with the iced. And I prefer iced coffee, by the way.
It depends on my mood.
Yeah, I love an iced coffee. I don't know. I feel like I actually finish it, but when I have a hot coffee, I don't. I don't know. Am I alone on that?
No, I finished both of them.
Okay. So yes, I am alone.
What are you snacking on?
So I have a chai tea with a little bit of pumpkin spice in there. And then I have these cookies that I made earlier today, these chocolate cookies. And I actually was so in the mood for dark chocolate. So I just drizzled a little bit of dark chocolate on top of my cookie.
Nice.
And it's very enjoyable.
Yeah, they look good. And
I had good. 2 and one is the only remaining. So
okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Nice.
It's kind of like a brookie, you know?
Yeah, like a brownie cookie.
Yeah.
My favorite. I love brownies.
I was in a dark chocolate mood today, and I was like, this is happening. Making cookies.
You're making me want them now.
Yeah. I'll send you one.
Okay, thanks.
Through the airwaves. Here
Thank
you go.
you.
Yeah, this is a really good recipe. I have to share it with you.
Okay, yeah, do. Send it to me.
Yes, very easy, simple, like 5 ingredients. Yummies.
Yeah. Okay.
And chocolate, need I say more?
Yeah.
So where are you on Gilmore Girls?
I just recently started season 3.
Oh, okay.
Rory is with Jess. And Lorelai got a new haircut. Actually, Rory got a new haircut too. They both got new hair in this season. And we just got the flashback of Lorelai when she was giving birth to Rory. I don't know if you remember that. So I saw that. Yeah. It's all right. I haven't watched it in a few days, but it's been fun rewatching it.
Did you start watching the show I told you about?
I did not. I'm sorry. I know.
So good. I need you to watch it. It got like a 97% or something on Rotten Tomatoes, which is great.
It sounds so really good. Yeah.
Watch that and tell your parents too, because I know that they have the Apple TV too, that they need to watch it.
Okay. Yeah. I'll
Severance. Everyone watch it.
Yeah.
Right? It's good. But I would love to know what your dad thinks of it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm actually gonna see them tomorrow night, so I'll mention it to them, tell them to watch it. Maybe
Okay.
while I'm there, we'll watch an episode. See,
Yeah.
maybe we'll
I mean,
get
it's
crazy.
yeah, it's not a lot of episodes. I think there's like maybe 10 total. So
Okay.
it's easy to binge it quick.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah,
Did you start rewatching Friends at all?
no,
No.
no,
Okay.
no, I haven't really watched anything since this. I've been
Yeah.
kind of throwing myself into books.
Yeah.
Um, right now I'm reading the Brittany book for our upcoming episode for that.
Hmm.
I had a battle with Amazon. Let me tell everybody about my dilemma.
Yeah. No, because this is insane. It truly is.
So I have not been able to start reading Iron Flame yet. Hopefully, by the time that this episode airs, I have read it.
Yeah.
It actually finally arrived today, but it was supposed to arrive 2 days ago. So I pre-ordered this months ago, and it was supposed to come on the 7th, like everybody else, November 7th. It just kept getting pushed back. It said it was going to come on the 8th. It never came. Then it was supposed to come today on the 9th, and finally it did show up. But I was getting furious. They changed the picture. I thought it wasn't going to be, the special edition. And
Yeah.
speaking of special edition, I also ordered, as we discussed, the Fourth Wing special edition.
Yeah.
That still has not come. It just says order received. It doesn't change the date. It doesn't update. It doesn't let me know anything about it. Whenever
Yeah.
I ask an associate at Amazon, they're just like, "Oh yeah, you did. You ordered it. Oh great, but
Mhm.
like, is it coming?" So I
Yeah.
couldn't take it anymore. So I wanted to read the bonus chapters. Okay, I have issues. I ran to Barnes and Noble yesterday because I looked it up online, and the one by me, it said that they had 2 left.
Hmm.
So I was able to reserve one of them. I went there and I did get the last copy. So I'm very happy about that.
Yeah.
So if the other one does finally ever show up, maybe we'll do a giveaway or something with it. We'll let
Yeah.
you guys know. I'm not going to cancel it, but I did hear beat on the street that they are canceling people's orders because they oversold or something on Amazon. So if that's the case,
That's
not cool.
insane. Yeah, for pre-orders especially, it's really messed up.
I
I
know.
meant to ask you, so your Iron Flame copy did come with the sprayed edges?
Yes.
Okay. And it's not
Yeah.
damaged or anything, right? Because I've been seeing people complaining on TikTok as well that the printing's all messed up and things are like just not. Some people said that the sprayed edges were like it was flaking off on them or the pages were stuck together and stuff.
So it looks like, I mean, it looks good to me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it looks okay. The bottom looks like maybe it has a little issue, but
Mm-hmm.
nothing like outlandish where, it would bother me.
Yeah.
It looks okay. As far as the Fourth Wing goes, though, that one was the last copy they had, and it is a little scuffed on the top, and I'm not loving that.
Yeah.
Uh, but I can't replace it. I'm not going to return it because there's nothing else, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
But as long as I have both that match, that's all I care about. Plus, I think that the Fourth Wing one is gorgeous. The
It
red
is.
cover is so pretty.
It is very pretty.
And I did read the bonus chapters, but we won't talk about it because you didn't read them yet.
Yeah, I didn't. I looked at them, but I didn't actually read them yet. I just wanted to see what they were, and I saw that they were from Zayden's point of view, and I saw that they were like chapters that we had already read, but just from his perspective. So I was looking forward to that, but I started Iron Flame right away, so I was like, this can wait.
Yeah, I enjoyed them. They were good, but I'll wait to discuss them when we discuss our first Iron Flame episode.
Yeah.
Like snack time, we'll talk about them or something.
Okay. Yeah,
They
sounds
don't
good.
make or break any difference in the story. It's just, like any bonus chapter that's added in.
Yeah.
But obviously they couldn't have been added in the original because he does mention Brennan,
Oh,
and that would have gave things away.
okay. I did hear so somebody reviewed it on TikTok and said that it does give a little bit more development to the character. They didn't name the character. I already knew it was Zayden, but they said that it gives like a little bit more depth and development to his character. So I was
It
happy
does.
about that.
It's the 2 scenes are one of them after threshing. So his perspective on what
Okay.
happens once they return with, she returns with the 2 dragons from threshing,
Yeah.
and he has like a conversation with Dane. And then the other one, I forget what the scene was for the other one, but it was another scene that was big in the book, and it was through his perspective. I don't remember
Okay.
which one, but we'll get into depth more in
Yeah.
detail when we talk about it. But
Mhm.
I enjoyed them. There's Aiden. I mean, really, of course I'm going to enjoy his point of view. How is the new one written, by the way? Is it in his perspective at all?
No, it's all from Violet's perspective still. It's still in first person. and it doesn't seem like it's going to switch perspectives. However, I didn't skip ahead, but it's possible that she may do something similar to the last book, where maybe the last chapter might switch perspective or something along those
Okay.
lines. So we'll see. But yeah, definitely not switching perspectives or anything.
Okay. And you said you're about 3/4 of the way through already, right?
I am, yeah. I think I'm on chapter 46 or something
Oh,
like that.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, somewhere along those lines.
I'm excited to start it. I can't wait, but I know that it's going to consume my life for days. So I'm
Yeah,
prepared for that.
yeah. I mean, it's a thick book. She thick. I think it's
Uh,
like 66 chapters.
that's what she said.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
but
620 something pages or something like that. I took a look. I think
yeah,
623 exactly.
yeah. But
I
it's
glanced at it.
I think Fourth Wing was about the same, so it should be a pretty,
No, Fourth
yeah.
Wing was 498 pages. It's a little over an extra 100 pages more.
Oh shit. I don't know why I thought Fourth Wing was like 619 pages. I don't know why I thought
No,
that.
well,
I probably got that number from Goodreads.
you're not wrong, because at first I thought it was over 500, and then I had to look it up myself
Yeah.
and go back into my book and see it was 498, because I thought it was over
Okay.
500.
Yeah.
Could have
Weird.
sworn
Okay.
it was, but whatever.
All right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to talking about that. So definitely start reading it. And I'm also looking forward to talking about the Brittany book with you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a little nervous. But I have my reasons, but
Yeah.
I will ziplock those for when we do discuss it. But I am reading it now. I'm halfway through.
Okay.
And I have my thoughts. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give anything away.
About halfway through is where I started to find it a little bit more interesting. So maybe you will too. The first half of the book I wasn't crazy about.
I'm not gonna say a word till we get
Okay.
there. Because as you know, I have my thoughts
Yes.
before I had my thoughts.
I know. I watched I did my homework. I watched the videos you sent me, so I will be well versed and ready to discuss with you.
There will be more videos coming. There will be more
Okay.
videos on their way. So
Okay.
yes, you shall be well versed. That is correct.
Yeah.
Because I might show you a person's entire channel and be like, you need to watch this whole person.
Okay.
Like every video. There's 40 of them. Enjoy. That's all.
All right.
So to be continued. But I did start reading There again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't start it yet.
Also coming up for our book of the month.
Mhm.
And I read the prologue and I forgot how intense that prologue is.
Yeah.
It's intense. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like a history. It's interesting. Very interesting, informative, I will say. It's very impactful. It's not like a long book, but it's impactful.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to reading that. Once I finish Iron Flame, I'm going to start that.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading it again. I dipped into it and I was like ready to just keep going. And I was like, no. No. Iron Flame is coming today. Be a good girl, because you're going to read that. And I was like, okay, to myself.
Yeah.
All right, let's get.
I was just gonna say I did see some funny things on TikTok where people were like, I don't know what to do because I finished my book with the intention of starting Iron Flame tomorrow, but my Iron Flame still hasn't come, and now I don't know what to do.
I know, and that's me too. I actually I started reading another Christmas book because I finished the Christmas Orphans Club, which I loved.
Yeah.
And then I downloaded Snowed In, and I was gonna start reading that one.
Cute. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I want to read all the Christmas books. I have this list of books, and I have to go over them with you because I think you have some books too. We're gonna compile a list and maybe go over them during holiday time.
Yeah.
Be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Enough of that. Let's get into our word of the day.
Okay.
We had a good conversation.
Okay. It's time for the word of the day. Remember that we encourage our listeners to use these words in your daily conversations and with us on our socials. Each word of the day will come from the Word of Day Vocabulary Workbook by Francine Puckley, or Franny the Pucks. Follow the link in bio to get a copy for yourself.
Without further ado, today's word of the day is
yokel. It's spelled Y-O-K-E-L, and it's pronounced yo-kul. It's a noun defined as a bumpkin or a rustic person. For example, that one set show may have impressed the yokels where you come from, but here in the big city, we require a little more flash and stardust from our musicals. Very passive-aggressive statement, that one.
Right.
All right. Alex, let's come up with some examples on the fly to try to help us remember this word yokel.
All right. Cigna's Aunt Magda was a real yokel. Didn't know anything about city living.
City living. I don't like this word. Right? It just sounds off to me. Like, you're a yoke. Like, what does that even mean? Like, am I eggy? You're a yoke. All right. At times, Death can present himself in this book as a yokel.
I disagree, but okay. But fun fact, we had this dog named Sebastian. You know him well. And I used to call him a yokel and a bumpkin because I felt like he was a little simple. I was like, oh, you're just my little bumpkin, my little yokel. And he would just look at me with his little eyes. I was like, oh.
It wasn't simple.
He was a little simple.
Sad, though, all the time. He was always sad.
My mom called him a sad sack.
Yeah, he was a good dog, though.
Yeah.
I remember one time I was watching like a show or something with your mom, and he just kept giving me the stink eye because I was in his spot next to your mother.
Yeah.
He was very possessive of your mom.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that was where he used to sit, and then he couldn't get on the couch or wherever it was, and he was very upset with you. I do remember that.
Yes, he would just stare at me in your parents' basement. He would just stare at me the whole time, and I was just like, oh my God. I don't remember what show that was, but I think there was pilgrims in it.
No, we were watching, I'm pretty sure, Game of Thrones. It was like a new episode.
No, it wasn't Game of
came out.
Thrones.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm 100% positive it wasn't Game of Thrones. It was people that were like in the 1800s or 1600s. I'm not going to remember what show
I have no
was.
idea. I have no idea then.
Oh, maybe, was it The Leftovers? I think it was The Leftovers. Do you remember that show?
I do remember that show. I like that show, but I don't think it was that show. First of all, they were not pilgrims or like from another time period, but also I didn't watch that at the time. I just recently watched that full series.
So maybe it wasn't that show. We're never going to remember this.
No, I'll have to ask my mom. She might know. All right. Well, anyway, here's some trivia about the word yokel. In an episode of The Muppet Show, the audience boos Gonzo off the stage. Kermit comments, "Looks like it's another wipeout for Gonzo." And Gonzo replies, "Yokels! What do they know about art?" I don't know what Gonzo's voice sounds like.
I hope it sounds exactly like that. And what kind of trivia is this?
I don't know. What's her name?
Franny the Pucks.
Franny the Pucks. She has some weird comments about these words sometimes. I don't know where she gets them, but
well, shucks, Franny the Pucks. All right, well, you know what, though? I will be honest. We did try and Google a little bit of trivia for this word before we came on here just to see if we can get anything else, like, its origin and stuff. Nothing. Nada. Nilch. So that's why you get this. It makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go to our speech series because, we like to enhance our speech as well as yours, which is why we share it with you. And we get these usually from Tom Healer, Tommy the Heels' well-spoken thesaurus. I say usually because we have two today. One is a Books with Cooks special, and the other is a Tommy the Heels spoken thesaurus, one that you should use and incorporate into your life. The other one, questionable. Here we go. The questionable one is, instead of punch a dick, say jab a Johnson. That guy's a real dick. He's a real asshole. He cheated on my girl Francine, okay? So I'm just going to go over there and punch him in the dick. Or you could say, I will go jab his Johnson.
Okay.
All right. You know why. Anybody ever seen that? Huh? What Happened to Vegas? Good movie. Cameron Diaz, Ashton Kutcher. You know why. All right. Anyway.
Okay.
For your real phrase for the day, instead of goes beyond, you can say transcends. So instead of, well, she does go beyond, above and beyond, you could say she transcends our expectations.
Nice. All right.
Ow! Why? You know why.
All right. So now that brings us to our question of the day. So first, we're going to do our rapid fire rounds. Alex, what are we doing?
All right, we got our rapid fire round. It's on unfortunate ways to die. So Jess is going to set the timer for us for 2 minutes, and we'll have to come up with as many unfortunate ways to die as we can within those 2 minutes.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I got 2 minutes on the clock. You ready?
I'm
3,
ready.
2, 1. Unfortunate ways to die. Go.
Piano falling on your head.
Yes.
Eaten by a ravenous raccoon.
Yes, or eaten by any type of ravenous animal, or I don't know, being stir fried up and served by a cannibal.
Jesus. Okay.
Getting your dick punched, and then it turns into a whole thing where they can't recover you because you're just fucked. You're dead.
Okay. Slipping on a banana peel.
Falling off a scaffold.
Yeah, I was gonna say falling off a cliff.
Wow, that happens too. Unfortunate ways to die. A steamroller rolls over you.
Like in Austin Powers.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking of.
Accidentally eating some belladonna berries.
Oh yeah. Accidentally drinking a Red Bull and there's rat poison on a piece of shit on there, and then you consume it and die. That happened once.
God.
Not to me.
Okay, I would think not.
I'm still here. But we do still love you, Red Bull. Okay. Unfortunate ways
If
to
you're
die.
climbing a tree and then the branch snaps and you fall and you die.
Yeah.
Getting
Or
impaled.
Yeah. Or you're walking in snow, but you don't realize that there's actually a giant hole because the snow is covering it, and you fall through to your death.
You know what else would be terrible? You remember the Never-Ending Story, how the horse dies and it gets stuck
awful.
in the quicksand?
Very, very unfortunate.
Traumatizing.
Quicksands. Yes,
Oh.
I hated that part. Okay. A toaster decides to come to life and jump into the tub with you.
Oh my God.
Traumatizing.
Yes. Yes.
You accidentally consume rat poison instead of your pills that you're supposed to take.
Okay. Choking on a delightful treat like a chocolate cookie.
Ugh, that would be the worst way to go. Although, would it? Because it would be delicious.
Yeah, but you don't get to eat it. It just lodges itself in your throat and then it kills you.
It's true. Dying in a pool of maple syrup.
Yes.
All right. Time's up.
Oh, time's up. Okay.
Time's up. There could have been some really fun ones there, but I was just kind of like, I don't know. You'll hear later our game and you'll understand why we had these outbursts. But yeah, there are a lot of unfortunate ways to die. There's that TV show, remember? It was like
I never saw
101
that.
Ways to Die or something. And
Yeah.
they were just wild ways. Like one lady was hairspraying. She's just spraying her hair with hairspray, and something happened where her house lit up on fire or
My
something, and she
God.
died. Like crazy things like that.
That's horrible. Yeah.
Yeah. And I also think of that, I don't know if it's a sound on TikTok, but a dumb ways to die.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think of that too.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to some fun questions. So if
Okay.
you knew that you couldn't die like Belladonna, would you test out ways to die knowing it wouldn't affect you and that there weren't any consequences?
No, because I feel like it would still hurt. I would not die, but I'm sure I would feel pain in the moment, even if it subsides quickly. I wouldn't want that.
Yeah,
Also,
this
who
makes it,
knows what kind of effects it might have in the long run? You know, maybe when I'm 80, all those broken bones or something are going to come back to haunt me. Who knows?
are they going to individually collect and come back to haunt you, or they're just going to haunt you inside your body?
Inside my body, like I'll be like a crickety old, like, oh, my whole body hurts. I can't die, but I'm always in pain because I broke every bone in my body for fun, you know?
That reminds me of another unfortunate way to die, falling off a roller coaster and breaking every bone in your body.
Oh, yeah. It's tragic.
Yeah, that's also from the movie Dodgeball. That's why I thought of it. Okay. So no, I wouldn't do this either. This reminds me of the movie Groundhog Day, or Happy Death Day, actually. Yeah. Where she did keep dying over and over again and coming back to life. I wouldn't do this because I wouldn't want to gamble like that. What if it happens to be the one time where you don't come back? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not for me. obviously it's for Belladonna because she literally is a reaper, and that's why she has this happening to her.
Cigna.
What did I call her?
Belladonna.
Oh shit. Whatever. Just make sure you pay attention. All right.
All right. Well, if you were immortal, what would you do with your time?
I would have a lot of fun. So I would learn every single language that there is to learn. I would paint. I would be the best, most proficient painter, the most proficient violin pianist, every kind of musician that there is. I would play. I'm just thinking of vampire movies and all the things they did.
Okay.
I would do all the things, you know,
Mhm.
and I would be very well versed in Tommy the Heel's well-spoken thesaurus because I would have read that shit for centuries, and I would be the best speaker this world has ever seen. I would also capitalize on things. So I would probably be like a writer, but I would change my name from century to century. So this way I'm always a different writer. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I would have fun with it.
Yeah.
What about you?
I would travel. I would try to
Definitely.
see everything that I could. I would definitely read a lot, and I would learn languages as well. And I would just do whatever I felt like, basically. I would try to do like some risky things if I know I can't die, like maybe every morning I go skydiving, I go bungee jumping or something like that. It would be kind of fun. And I think I would just, yeah, I would just mostly just travel. Like I'd live in every country for a little while and just experience the culture, the food, and just read in paradise and live my best life.
Yeah. This is like, you know, better. I'm going back to vampires. This is better than Twilight, right? We're not just going to go from one city to the next. We're going to go all over the world. Okay. We're going to actually see the world.
I can tell you one thing I most certainly would not do, and that's I would not go back to high school because why the fuck would anyone do that? Maybe college. Maybe I'd go back to college and like just collect a bunch of degrees in different areas, but definitely not high school.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Anyway.
Yeah.
If you could communicate with death as a being, what would you say to death?
I don't know if I would necessarily say anything, but I would ask questions, including what can I expect after I die? Can you access the people that I've loved that have died? Can you send messages to them for me? Can you relay messages from them back to me? And I think I would just ask a lot of questions, but I don't know if I would really have much to offer him or her.
Yeah. I would definitely want to know their history too. And I would definitely ask a ton of questions, like you said. And I was thinking about the same thing, like messages to people who've passed.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I don't know. Also, then, like, do I want to speak with death?
Mm.
I don't know. Is death this creepy person or is death like this beautiful being? I don't know.
Mm.
Could be like this beautiful glowing being instead of this creepy, shadowy, evil that I'm picturing right now. Like, you remember in the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze?
Yeah.
Remember those things that came up from the ground? They were like, all the time, and they had like the shadows and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I was picturing the whole time as death.
Really?
Those
Okay.
things. Yeah, but as a being with a top hat for some reason.
Okay.
A shadowy top hat.
Interesting.
It's the times, man.
All right. Well, if you could come back as a ghost, who would you haunt the shit out of? And how would you do it?
Ugh. This would be fun as hell. This is what I would choose. If I die and when I die, there's somebody like a death type person, and he's like, look, you got 3 doors, okay? You can go to heaven, you can see the people that you love, okay? Or, you know, you could waste time and just, you know, haunt the shit out of people before you do that. Or you'd have to go down this door where you get reincarnated and you don't remember shit. I would 100% be like, all right, so I can choose door number 2 where I haunt the shit out of people for as long as I like. And then when I get bored, I can go to heaven. And he'd be like, yes. I'd be like, that's what I choose.
Okay.
All right. So who would I choose? I don't know. I'd have to think about this because there's some people that I don't like on this earth that I would 100% haunt and want to scare. that I don't like them at all. They're evil, but I don't know them personally. You know, I don't.
Mhm.
Nobody I know personally. I would never haunt anybody that I love or I care about.
Mhm.
And I don't have like super enemies where it's like that bitch. I'm coming back for her. You know, I don't know that person. Who is that?
Yeah.
But how would I do it? Depends on the situation, I guess. But I would definitely mess with people. It would be fun. The people that I don't like. And I think you know who I mean, but
Yeah.
I will leave them unspoken.
Yeah. I would
about
do the
you?
same exact thing. So I would just they don't even need to be people I don't like. They just need to be people I don't know. And I would just mess with them for no reason at all because I think it would be funny. So like just randomly like leave a cabinet door open and just like watch them freak out or something. And like I don't know, just stupid shit like that until I got bored. And then I would just be like, I'm done.
Right. Just have a little bit of fun before you go. That's all.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
Just
how I would do it as well.
make some like remember in Beetlejuice when what's her name? Moira
But
is
oh,
sleeping
yeah.
and they go in the room and they're like, oh, like I would just do that for like hours
She
on
puts the
end.
pillow over her head. She doesn't even care.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah, me
Yeah, I
too.
love that. I love that. Also in Ghost, speaking of which, again, in order to make her help him, remember, he's like, I'm Henry VIII, I am Henry VIII, I am. And he just keeps singing it. She's like, fine, I'll help you.
Yeah.
I would 100% sing that and
Yeah.
torture people with that. Yes.
Oh,
Good times.
we're such assholes.
I
All
love
right.
it. Love it. Okay. Well,
Let's
that
get
sounds fun.
yeah. Well, let's get into these book reviews.
All right.
Derek fell off the roller coaster and broke every bone in his body.
As you will know, we recently read Belladonna by Adalyn Grace, or Addie the Grey Grey. We picked our favorite good and bad reviews in case anyone's on the fence about reading it. Belladonna currently has an overall rating of 4.1 out of 5 on Goodreads and a 4.3 on Amazon with a publication date of August 30th, 2022. All right, so let's go to our good and bad reviews. Alex, you want to start us off with the bad reviews?
Sure. So this was a 1-star review on Goodreads. This person said, Gods, that was bland. 0 atmosphere, 0 mystery, and the most boring characters ever. Okay.
Does this person know that he's not really, or she's not really part of this world? That she's like, gods.
I know.
Oh, trees. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Mine's a 1-star. Says, so happy I don't have to look at this book anymore. Thumbs up emoji.
Okay. I mean, it's pretty to look at.
It is. This person's very bitter about this book.
Yeah.
All right, now we're moving on to the 5 stars. What you got, Alex?
Okay, so this was a 5-star review. This person said, this story is so unbelievably, imaginatively good. Oh my God, I love everything about it. The atmosphere is peak gothic ghost vibes. I love the family shrouded in dark history and the old manor filled with restless spirits. It creates a living, breathing setting that propels the story in a wonderfully spooky direction in terms of plot.
All right, so my 5-star says, if presented with the opportunity, would you fuck death? That was 1 5-star. Then another 5-star says, I had to do 2 because the other one was like, why are you asking me that, bro? I don't know, bro. All right. The second 5-star review says, all the fucking stars. Infinity stars forever. Literally want to scream, it was so phenomenal. How dare this author write such a perfect book? How dare they? I am never going to recover. Murder mystery, but let's make it basically a paranormal historical romance. Screams into my pillow. Heart emojis. Death. More heart emojis. Oh my God, my baby, my love, my man, my Signa. I want to be her. Laugh emojis. I listened and read it at the same time, and it was worth it.
Wow. Wow. That is a chaotic review. Damn.
Now you understand why I had to put 2, because at first I was like, these are both good. I don't know which one to choose.
Yeah.
The first one, it was like, if presented with the opportunity, would you fuck death? I was like, why is this your 5-star review, though?
I know.
Understand. And the other one was just magical in every way.
Very passionate.
Very, very passionate.
All right, so we've heard what other people have to say, so now here's our back flap submissions. Just start us off on those back flaps.
Hey, Death, fuck you. No, wait, I didn't mean it literally. Equals this book, except that the female main character does mean it literally. So read it. Jess and Alex.
Okay. Hey, remember Celebrity Deathmatch? No, this is nothing like that, but it is a death match, except if death went on Match.com instead. Read Belladonna. It's to die for. Literally, don't eat that shit. Jess and Alex.
Don't eat that shit.
I don't know.
Belladonna is a toxic poison, but this book isn't. So read it. It's the opposite of poison. It's poise, son. Jess and Alex. Context: poise also means grace, the author's last name. So technically this book is her son, making it quite literally Poise's son. Okay, that's all.
I hate so much of what you choose to be. No, I'm kidding.
Wow. I hate you to your core.
Yeah, you always need to explain your jokes. All right. Hey, get the hell out of Cigna's aunt's garden and get into reading this book, Jess and Alex.
Ever thought about sleeping with death, or eating poisonous berries? Or juggling death's poisonous, quote, berries? Wink, wink. This book has all of that. Read it before you die. Jess and Alex.
Juggling Death's poisonous berries. That's my favorite one.
It is my favorite too.
Hey, just a reminder that Cigna might be immortal, but you sure as shit are not. You poor mortal bastards. Read this book before you croak, assholes. Jess and Alex.
Do you enjoy reading books about death? Do you enjoy reading books about sex? If so, read Belladonna. It's about having sex with death. Jess and Alex.
Okay. Alrighty, everyone. Let's transition into the cooking portion with some cooking tips. For today, we're going to discuss tips and tricks to die for. Jess, what do you have for us?
I have Death by Chocolate Truffle.
Yummy.
All right. When I think of death, I think of chocolate. And when I think of a trick or a tip to die for, I think of chocolate. I love chocolate. All right, moving on. So this is super easy. You can whip this up really fast. All you need is a package of brownie mix. You need 2 packages of instant chocolate pudding mix, a package of frozen whipped topping, whipped, like Cool Whhhip or Cool Whip.
Ooh, let me have some of that Cool Whip. What'd you say? You can't have a pie without Cool Whip. Cool Whip? Cool Whip, yeah. You mean Cool Whip? Yeah, Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. You're saying it weird. Why are you putting so much emphasis on the H? What are you talking about? I'm just saying it. Cool Whip. You put Cool Whip on pie. Pie tastes better with Cool Whip. Say whip. Whip. Now say Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip.
Make sure that's thawed. And then 3 bars of chocolate covered English toffee, which you will crush. Sounds good. You're going to bake the brownies just like the box says. You're going to prepare the pudding just like the package instructs you to. And then in a tall glass, a punch bowl, or a trifle bowl, whatever you have, assemble layers in this order. You're going to do half the brownie crumbles, because you're going to take that brownie after it cools and you're going to, break it up into pieces. So you're going to assemble half the brownie crumbles, then half the pudding, a third of the crushed toffee bars, and half of the whipped topping. And then you're going to keep repeating that step until all the ingredients are used with layers, ending it off with the toffee bars crunched up on the top. And then you chill it in the fridge before you serve. It's usually best chilled overnight. And it is delightful. And it is called Death by Chocolate Trifle. And it's super easy. You could whip that together really easy. And if you don't have overnight, you could probably put it in there for like 4 hours and it would just be as good.
Yeah, sounds amazing.
Yeah,
I would eat the shit out of that.
Right? It sounds to die for.
Yeah. All right. So my tip and trick is for hosting holidays and events, since we're coming upon that time of year. And I don't know if you die for these tips and tricks, but I would. So if you are hosting a holiday or just in general, if you're hosting an event, the best thing you can do is make sure that you have your menu hammered out really early on, make your list of all of your ingredients and get them as soon as you can. Anything that's not going to spoil, make sure that you have it on hand because sometimes things are limited during the holiday season. So you want to get a head start on all of that. And then you want to make things that you can make ahead of time. Like with the chocolate truffle, you could make it ahead of time the night before and then it's ready for the following day. Same thing if you're preparing side dishes or desserts or appetizers, even some of the main entrees, even if you're just meal prepping it and then you can cook it the following day. Not meal prepping, but prepping, cutting things and putting it together just so that it'll save you some time and it'll save you a lot of stress on the actual day of the event. And you'll actually be able to enjoy yourself a little bit more because you'll have some more time and you won't be as stressed out. So there you go. There's your little tip or trick to die for.
Nice. Do you have a cooking tip or trick to die for? If you do, send us an email or DM us on our socials, reach out, and if we test your suggestion, we'll credit you and discuss the outcome in the future. As you may recall, on Tuesday, we introduced the ingredient of the week, which was berries. Inspired by the poisonous berries Cigna eats to communicate with death. We were each supposed to make something using that ingredient, so let's review the outcome. Alex, what'd you make?
All right, so I have a recipe for some homemade raspberry jam. Raspberry is my favorite, but you really could use any berry that you prefer. And basically, you'll just take equal parts berry and sugar. So if you want to make about 4 cups, then you'll use 4 cups of raspberries, 4 cups of sugar. You could do more or less depending on how much you want to make. And again, you could substitute out the berry if you prefer blueberry or strawberry or whatever it is that you want to use. And what you'll do is place the sugar in an oven-proof shallow pan and warm it to 250 degrees for about 15 minutes. You want the sugar to dissolve, or it will dissolve better that way. Then you're going to place the berries in a large stainless steel or enamel saucepan, bring it to a full boil over high heat, and then you'll mash the berries with a potato masher or however you would mash things. You don't need to use a potato masher. And then you're going to boil hard for 1 minute, stirring constantly. And then you'll add the warm sugar, return everything to a boil, keep that boiling until it forms like a gel. It should take approximately 5 minutes. Then you'll just ladle it into jars and let it process. And there you go. There's some homemade raspberry jam.
That sounds delicious. And you could use it in my recipe today,
Yes.
if you wanted to. Okay, so I make a cheese Danish and I coordinate with different jams or preserves. You could use raspberry, you could use cherry, you could even use cherry pie filling, which I've used, or apple pie filling. These are all delicious in it also. They all work. This is super easy again, and it comes together in minutes. So all you need is 2 packages of crescent rolls, and you're going to open them out. You're going to, I think there's like 8 in each one. You're going to align them on a cookie sheet, and you're going to put them all out, where they look like little flags before they're rolled up, basically. Do that on each side of the cookie sheet. So this way you have one on one side and the other 8 on the other side for both packages. And then in a bowl, you're going to put together 8 ounces or a stick of cream cheese, a cup of powdered sugar. I have used a half a cup and it works just as well. And 2 tablespoons of milk, a teaspoon of extract, vanilla extract, particularly for this one. And you're going to mix that up with a hand mixer, get it nice and creamy. So you have like a little cheesecake batter type of deal. You're going to put that all across on each side where the crescent rolls were fanned out. You're going to put that there, but leave a little room on the edge because otherwise when you start, folding them over, the cheese is going to spill out. You don't want that. So once you have all of the cheese mixture, you might have a little extra. Sometimes my kid likes to eat that, or I just incorporated it. And it just depends. You could even use it for something else if you need to. But once you do that, you're going to fold each one over. So instead of actually making it like a crescent roll, like you would roll it, you're just going to take the little tip of the narrow end of the flag and just fold it into the thicker end of the side. So you're just like kind of take the little point and fold it underneath. So this way, when it bakes, it puffs up and it doesn't ooze out. So you're going to do that. Before you do that, though, you put your jam of choice, your preserves. I usually just do the cream cheese mixture, and then I put the jam or whatever I want on top of it. You'll spoon it out in like little spoonfuls, usually like a tablespoon or so will do right in the middle. And then you'll fold it over and do all that. And then you're going to actually, once they're all folded, arrange it into the shape of your choice. You could do it as a heart. You could do it as just a regular circle. If it's Christmas time, you could actually do half of this and make it into like a candy cane shape. I've actually done this for a friend where it was his 40th birthday and his wife's 30th birthday. So I made one as a 4, one as a 3, and an O. So this way it would be coordinated like that. You can get creative with it. But if you're only going to do half the recipe, you only need half the stick of cream cheese, and you would only need 1 package instead of the 2. And then once you're done with that, you're going to throw it in the oven for 350 degrees for about 20-25 minutes or so, depending on your oven. Let it cool down. And then once it does, you're going to make an icing with a cup of powdered sugar, 3 tablespoons of milk, and it can be non-dairy milk. I have tried it before with almond milk, and it worked. And then you're going to do a 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract. I like to add a little bit more. It's up to you. Of the extract, mix it together, and then just take a spoon and then just kind of like spoon it on top where you're kind of just what's the word? Like letting it, what's the word?
I don't know.
Keep
Basting?
things- No, not basting. No. When like you're taking the spoon and you're like drizzling it. That's it. Jesus.
Drizzle.
Take a spoon and drizzle the icing once it's cooled across it. So this way, each piece has a nice amount of it on there. And then let it cool for a while. So this way it actually hardens. And it is super delightful. Alex, you've had it. It's pretty good.
Yes, I can attest. It is a delight for sure. It's delicious.
Yeah,
And
it's super, super easy.
I really liked it with the raspberry.
There you go.
All right. Do you have a yummy recipe using berries? If so, send us an email or reach out on our socials. If we test out your suggestion, we'll credit you and discuss the outcome in the future.
Yeah. But if you're like, fondling berries, don't send us pictures of that.
Please don't. Please don't.
Cool Whip.
All right. So now it's time to play Judge a Thang. And we're going to start by judging a book by its cover. I know. You're not supposed to judge a book by its cover. But we literally are supposed to right now because that's what this game is about. So we're going to each pick a book the other person hasn't read, and we're going to guess what that book is about solely on the cover. So, Alex, what you got for me?
All right. So this is the Book of Questions by Pablo Neruda, sorry. And there's a bunch of squares in different colors. Some of them are gray, but some of them are red and blue and purple and yellow. And then we have little images in some of them as well. So there's a moon, there's a lemon, a bird, and some leaves. It's a hard one, I know.
That's what she said. Also, you're a lemon, a moon, and some leaves, and a bird. Okay.
Thank you.
Well, this is nonfiction. The Book of Questions. This might be history involved. Is this a textbook, man?
It kind of looks like one, actually.
It does. It really does. All right, I'm going nonfiction. It's a book of questions. All right. So do you have questions about a bird? Do you have questions about the moon? Do you have questions about all of these things? Not only that are on the cover, but on the little squares that aren't filled up with things because they want to keep it secret from what's really with the questions, like the other ones have answers. And that's why only some of these boxes are filled. So I'm going to say that this is about a book of questions. It's about all the questions that we have. They may or may not have answers. Maybe it's a conspiracy theory type of thing. And, you read it and some questions get answered, but some questions remain, unanswered. And they're left for interpretation.
Okay, so this is actually a book of poetry by Pablo Neruda. He is a Chilean poet and diplomat, and it's poems with questions about general topics and the meaning of life and things like that.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm not a huge fan of poetry, but it was all right.
All right, here's what you get today. This is on the cover is a football field with a boy on it in a football uniform holding a rooster, and he's hugging a girl with glasses and a school uniform, and it's called The Cock Down the Block
Oh my god.
by Amy Award.
Okay. Can't stand you. All right. So I'm going to say that this is a romance novel. And it takes place in a small town where football is a very big deal. And there's this young high school student. I don't know. I'm actually gonna say maybe this is like a college thing because this seems spicy. So I'm gonna say that it's a college in a small town, and he plays football for the college team, and he also lives on a farm, and he's like a little yokel farm boy, and he has a pet rooster that he loves. But one day it gets loose and he has to run down the street and chase after this rooster, and he comes across this girl, and he's like, "Oh, she's so pretty." And he's like trying to show off. He's like, "Oh, I play football at the college." And she's like, "I don't like football. I like to read books and do other things, and I don't like it." But they end up falling in love anyway, and it gets spicy. And she ends up loving the rooster. At first, she was not a fan of this rooster. He was rude to her, but they end up bonding.
The
And
rooster was rude to her?
the rooster was like, yeah, he was like pecking at her ankles and stuff, and she didn't like that. But then they form a
Mm.
bond. She starts feeding it some corn or whatever roosters eat. And yeah, that's what I think this book is about. Oh my god.
I could not use that when I seen that. So yeah. By the way, this is free on KU in case you're interested.
Okay.
This is about it is a romance. It's not spicy. But it's about a nerdy girl who lives down the block and her cocky best friend. And it's high school, you were right about that. He's always been into her, but she was never really into him. They were kind of like friends. He's a football, he's in the quarterback in football. And then they fake date to get, some people jealous. It's kind of that type of thing. But she's
Okay.
a curvy girl. She's a plus size girl. So,
Okay.
um,
What does the rooster have to do with it?
I don't know.
Also, a non-spicy book has no right to name itself The Cock Down the Block.
Also, until I find out her slightly stalkery classmates, she still has her V card. So
okay.
it's a YA.
That's a YA book?
No, it's a sports romance.
Okay. I
It's
was
not a
like, there's no
YA.
way. Okay.
I
All
mean,
right.
I'm gonna assume that things get spicy.
I feel like they probably do, but they're in high school, and now I feel weird. So I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like anything about it.
But just for fun, there is a part 2.
Oh god.
And the part 2, by the way, this is the Cocky Kingsman series. And
Kingsman.
part 2 is the wiener across the way.
Shut up. What?
And in the wiener across the way, there's a wiener dog.
I can't. I just can't. I can't. Who's reading those? I want to know. Please tell me if you have. I genuinely want to know if if they're good or if they sound as corny as or if they are as corny as they sound.
Well, the wiener across the way doesn't come out until after Christmas.
Okay.
But the Cock Down the Block has a 3.7 on Goodreads, and
Wow.
that's not horrible. Plus, everybody loved it apparently in the reviews. So
wow. All right. I'm concerned about how the rest of this game is going to go. That's how we're starting it off.
I was gonna give you the title of the wiener down the street, but I didn't.
Okay.
I have another one instead.
All right. Well, let's move on to our next subsegment, which is Judge a Bro. We're each going to pick a character from a book that the other person hasn't read, and we'll have to guess what that character's role is in the book, their personality traits, and what they look like best based on their name. Jess, I'm nervous, but what do you have for me?
Jojo from Sing Unburied Sing.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to remember what this book is about because I know you've told me about it before. I think it has a supernatural element where she can like talk to ghosts or something, or her kid can see ghosts or something like that. So I'm gonna say Jojo is the kid. It's the main character's child, a boy, I think. I don't know. And he is a good kid. He's quiet, but he sees dead people. And he tells his mom about it. And they have to figure out a way to make him stop seeing dead people. This is starting to sound a little bit like Sixth Sense
Sixth
now.
Sense?
Yeah.
It is not Sixth Sense.
I'm gonna say
Mom,
he
I see
has
dead people.
he has black hair, brown skin, and like a caramel colored eye. Okay. Eyes.
Just one eye? Or
No,
okay.
both eyes are caramel colored.
All right. I mean, you're not far off about the description. He is a kid as well, but he is the protagonist of the story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And his whole family have some kind of supernatural element. So his grandma always had seen spirits. His mom can see her dead brother.
Oh, wow.
His uncle. And there's other things that are involved too. But ever since he was young, he always felt some kind of connection with nature and the woods. And then at one point, he does start seeing somebody who's passed on. This being, since he was always in one with nature, this being appears to him at first as a bird. It's very interesting.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds
but it is, yeah, it's something that he has to. It's somebody who comes to him asking for help that has to do with his family's past. It's very interesting.
Okay. Yeah, I know that that's on my TBR. It sounds really good.
Yeah, I love this book.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure if I gave you a character already from this book, but
you didn't. But you have told me about it. Yeah.
But you see, sing unburied sing.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And I'm still looking forward to reading her new book that just came out. I heard it's going to be like a finalist for Best Book of the Year or something, and I'm super excited about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jasmine Ward, what up,
Yay.
girl? All right.
All right.
What you got for me?
The character I have for you, her name is Jane Hawk from The Silent Corner.
The Silent Corner. This sounds like a thriller. All right, this is a thriller. And her name, what's the first name?
Jane. Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm going with, this is a thriller. It takes place in school, okay? And Jane Hawk, right? That's her nickname, though. And she's a hawk because she's always squawking up in class. You know, she's always talking when she's not supposed to be. The teacher's like, "Wah!" You know, shut up. And she has to sit in the corner and be silenced because she's just nonstop chatterbox over there. You know, and while she's in the corner, she's actually being transported into some other world. And she's actually doing like Alice in Wonderland shit behind the scenes while she's sitting in the corner with a dunce hat on.
Wow.
Fantasy.
Okay.
Yeah, she's living it up. So that's why she doesn't shut up, because she knows that she's going to be put into that corner and she's going to see some cool shit. And it's going to be way more fun than school.
Okay. All right.
That's what I'm going with.
You were right that this is a thriller. Not a fantasy though. So this book was actually recommended to me by my dad. I am currently reading it. I have not finished it yet, but the main character, Jane Hawk, so you're right about that as well. She is the protagonist. She is an FBI agent, but she's on leave. Her husband has just committed suicide, but she doesn't believe that he really did. So she goes on this like journey to kind of uncover the truth, and she's getting death threats. They're threatening her son. And like I said, I haven't gotten that far into it yet, but my dad said it's really good. It is really good from what I have read so far. And he said that there's some supernatural elements. It is a series. He said it's more so in the second book. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen there. But yeah, I think she's
Sounds
like
good.
33 or something. She's in her early 30s.
Okay. So not a child.
No. She doesn't get sent to the silent corner where she gets transported.
I mean, that could be fun. All right. So now it's our time to judge a what, Alex?
Judge a tit.
That's right. We are going to each present each other with pictures of tit. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my God.
We're just
the circumference of that one was just off.
Just going to judge a title. You know, nothing that crazy. We're going to each pick a book the other person hasn't hopefully read. We're going to tell each other the title alone, and we have to figure out what that book's about, the genre, and some fun details. So, Alex, what do you have for me?
All right. The title I have for you is I'm Glad My Mom Died.
That's fucked up.
I know.
But that is a nonfiction, and it is on my TBR.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't really know anything more about it. I just know it's about this girl's story, her life. I don't know why she's glad her mom died, but maybe her mom was a bitch. I don't know.
So yeah, it is a nonfiction. I believe it's a memoir. It's by Jeanette McCurdy, who she was on Nickelodeon kind of when we were older, but she was on a show with Ariana Grande, and then she had a spin-off as well. Or maybe she was just on another show. I don't know which one was. I think one of them was a spin-off. But it's about her time as a child actress as well as her experiences in the industry. And I think she talks about her mom and how she basically told her that her looks are like the most important thing, and she would always be very critical of her. And I think she kind of pushed her with the whole show business thing. I'm not entirely. I haven't read it, but it's supposedly really good. So I have been interested in reading it.
It sounds good, and if it's the girl I'm thinking of, she's been open about some things.
Yeah.
In the industry.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I threw it on my TBR.
Yeah. This one was a gamble for me because it is very popular, and I was like, she's probably seen this book, but I don't know if I could get away with just saying the title maybe. But
It's
no, you already know.
It's a good title for me. You know what I mean? To try
it's
to
attention grabbing. Yeah. All right.
So
what do you have for me?
Mine is The Vegetarian.
The Vegetarian. I think you've told me about this book. Somebody told me about this book. I think that this is a horror novel about cannibals, and there's one person who doesn't eat people. Based on your face, that's not accurate, but that's what I'm going with. So they eat people, but this person is a vegetarian, and they try to get out of this cult-like situation where they're cannibals. And this person's like, no, I won't eat any living thing, let alone a human. So that's what I'm gonna go with.
Okay.
And that's not right.
No.
No, I think you have told me about this book, but I don't remember what it's about.
This book is wild. Okay. This is a psychological thriller. It could be maybe a psychological horror, but I know it's definitely a thriller. Okay. But it is it's got Asian messages in it. You know, I like my Asian fiction.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And it's got it's this woman who is a wife. She has like a controlled life. And then out of nowhere, she stops doing what her husband wants her to do. And she decides she's not going to buy meat anymore, and she's just going to be a vegetarian. She starts having some nightmares, and it always involves blood and crazy things. And it makes her adverse to wanting to eat meat. Her husband divorces her because of this. And then some other things. Well, because of the hidden messages. There's deeper messages. She's not easily controlled anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes off on like some tangents, and some other things happen. It's really good.
Okay.
It's wild, but it's
yeah.
It gets crazier as you read it, but it's definitely good message wise.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to add that to my TBR, which I am doing right now. I recommend
it. Yeah. Yeah, even like the cover look is creepy.
Yeah, I like the cover. All right, well, there you have it. We judged a cover, we judged a bro, we judged a tit, we judged some things. Now let's get into our game for the day.
Cool Whhhip.
All right, so for this week's game, we're going to play Death Door. We'll each have to pick a door, either door 1 or door 2. Behind one door is death, but you get to choose how you die. And behind the other door is just a regular would you rather scenario. But at least you get a choice. So when you are faced with death, you'll get to choose which way you want to go. So I don't know if we're gonna want these choices, but we'll have those choices.
Just remember, it is a game.
Yes.
All right, Alex, door 1 or door 2?
All right, door 2.
Door 2 is would you rather. Very nice.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But don't be too excited.
No, I'm not. I'm nervous.
Would you rather be in jail for 5 years or be in a coma for a decade?
be in jail for 5 years.
I mean, if you are in the coma, when you pass out, you wake up. You don't know.
Yeah, but I lose 10 years of my life.
That's correct. You also lose 5 years of your life in jail, but you could read in jail.
Yeah, I could still do stuff. I don't. All right.
Both not fun.
No.
But better than death.
Yes. All right, your turn, Jess. Door 1 or door 2?
Door 2.
Okay. Door 2 is a would you rather.
Woo!
I know.
Cheating death over here.
All right. Would you rather be stuck in a romantic comedy with your worst enemy or in a horror movie with your best friend?
Wow, that's a good one. So I'm in a horror movie with my best friend, or I'm in a romantic comedy with someone I hate.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to be in the horror movie with my best friend, because what if my best friend dies? I would like to go through that with my best friend, but at the same time, I don't want to deal with that. So I'm gonna have to go rom-com with an enemy, because maybe it'll turn into enemies to lovers trope.
That's
and I do like those. I do enjoy those. So I'm gonna go that one. Definitely.
Okay. All right. I was thinking the same thing. I was like, but it could be enemies to lovers. We're readers here.
Come on now. All right. You turn the hole, and there's another 2 doors.
Oh, okay.
There's door 1 and door 2. What do you choose?
All right. I'm choosing door 2 again.
Door 2 is another would you rather.
Yes. Okay.
You have cheated death once more. Okay. Would you rather lose your sight forever or lose your memories permanently?
Oh my God. I guess lose my sight. Yeah. I guess they're both pretty bad, but I guess that's a little less bad.
Yeah. Yeah. And a little realistic too. I don't really like that idea.
Yeah.
Losing your memories.
Yeah.
All right. But hey, you cheated death.
I cheated death again. That's
I can't
great.
say. And you've been in jail for 5 years, but you cheated death.
Yes.
And that's what's important.
Yes. All right. So now you come across another set of doors. You've cheated death once. Are you going to do it again? Door 1 or door 2?
I'm going door 2 again.
Door 2 is also a would you rather.
Yeah.
I know. We're doing good. All right. For this would you rather be able to speak every language in the world or be able to talk to animals?
Both are cool. But I gotta talk to animals. I gotta talk to animals. I think that's awesome. I'd love to hear what they really have to say.
Yeah.
Instead of my dog just sitting there going, I could actually understand what he's whining about.
Yeah.
And that would make more sense.
Yeah. All right. So you've cheated death, and now your rom-com, your enemies to lovers story is starting to take form. You're in a rom-com where you can talk to animals. This sounds cute so far. I would watch this. I would read it.
I'm down.
Yeah.
All right. You turn the corner. In this other hallway happens to be, again, you guessed it, 2 doors.
Okay.
Do you choose door 1 or door 2?
All right. This time I'm going to choose door 2 again.
Oh, you've chosen death.
No. I was going to mix it up too.
Oh
no. All right.
All right.
How am I going to die?
Death by wild raccoon.
Okay.
Or death by fire squad.
Death by fire squad. I feel like I would
evil raccoon.
I feel like it would be quicker and I wouldn't feel as much pain.
It would be a lot of
and
it would go on for a while. But you could cheat. You could figure out a way to beat that raccoon though.
I thought that this was the results was death regardless.
Oh no, you're probably gonna die. I'm just saying. Could maybe take your chances.
Well, let's see if you'll be luckier than I am.
Sorry.
You continue on your journey. You're living a good life right now. It's not so bad. You come across another 2 doors. We got door 1. We got door 2. Which one are you choosing?
Door 1.
Okay, you got a would you rather. Again, I know. You're doing good. All right. Let's see. Would you rather have 2 long front teeth like a beaver or no teeth at all?
No teeth at all.
Really?
Then I can get implants, man. What am I going to do with the teeth like a beaver?
Get
I need
them-
death.
Get them
I
shaved
don't-
down.
I guess that sounds painful. I'd rather just
Yeah.
have implants put in.
Okay. All right.
Hi.
Well, that's fine. Now you're in your enemies to lover rom-com. You can talk to animals, and you got a beautiful smile
I got no
with
teeth.
your implants.
Okay.
Uh,
All right. So somehow you got brought back to life. You've been revived.
okay.
The raccoon didn't end you forever. And you're running now because you're terrified of this rabid raccoon. And you find yourself faced with 2 more doors and you have to leave. So how do you do it? Do you leave through death? Or do you leave not through death, but some other weirdo scenario? Door 1 or door 2?
Okay. I choose door 2 again.
Yay!
Yes,
Yay!
okay.
You made it out alive. All right, good. All right. So door 1 would have been death. All right. Now this is a fun one. Would you rather swim in a pool of Nutella or a pool full of maple syrup? So when you leave this place, you have to jump into one of these pools. Which is it?
Okay. Nutella, for
You don't
sure.
even like
I think
Nutella.
I love Nutella.
Oh,
I love it.
okay.
I can't eat it really, but I love it. And I feel like it would be easier to swim through. I feel like the maple syrup would be sticky and I would
Right.
probably drown in it.
Yeah. That
Right?
sounds awful. It both sounds like it sucks.
Honestly, my life has taken a turn. I ended up in jail for 5 years. I don't even remember the second thing. And then I got killed by a firing squad but brought back to life. And then I had to jump into a pool of Nutella. and
What
swim
was the
through it.
second thing?
I don't remember.
You were in jail for 5 years. That I know. I don't remember the other thing. Oh well.
I don't
You did
remember.
it.
All
You
right.
did it.
Oh,
had a
I
good
can't
time.
see. That's
Oh,
right. I
that's
lost my
right.
sight.
That's right. But when you died, it came back. So that's why you couldn't remember. Makes sense.
Okay. All right.
All
All
right.
right. Jess, that's it. You're almost at the end of your journey. You just got to choose the right door. Which door are you choosing? 1 or 2?
1.
Oh no! 1 is a death door. Oh, you're so close.
Oh man. I almost made it.
All right. Let's see. Okay. Would you rather spontaneously combust or have a grand piano fall from the sky and land on you as you walk down the street?
Wow. I think I'm combusting either way. I mean, both sound like they're sudden and painless, so thank you for that. I'm gonna combust, and I'll tell you why. Because
Okay.
the piano might not kill me, and then that would suck.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna combust and not know what the hell happened.
Okay.
It's a story.
All right.
All right. Now, does this happen in the Nutella pool? Am I joining you in that, or am I just combusting?
You can join me if you want. You can join me in the
I'm gonna
Nutella pool.
At least I'm combusting in Nutella.
Yeah.
At least I'm happy before I go out.
All right. Well,
That was fun.
that was fun.
Well, I knocked on death's door at the end there. You knocked on death's door. Hey, we only knocked on death's door once each.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is
We
awesome.
did pretty good. We beat the odds. 3 out of 4. I mean, that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
That is pretty good.
So, all right, us.
Yay.
That was fun.
All right. We're going to turn the podcast over to Jess's husband, Doug, for a manly minute or a chug of Doug. We tried to get Alex's husband involved, but he's too shy. Maybe in the future. For now, here's a healthy chug of Doug.
And now, a healthy chug of Doug.
Hey everybody, how's everybody doing on this beautiful Thursday? Thanksgiving next week. You guys ready? I'm ready. You guys ready for Christmas? Because I'm ready for Christmas. Yes, I am. No, seriously. I'm super excited about Christmas this year. I haven't been this excited about Christmas probably since I was a little kid, but got my son, get to get him a bunch of stuff, get to see him he's going to be super amped when we get him all this stuff. Well, when Santa gets him all this stuff. Let me rephrase that. But after that, I'm not into winter. They make me work 12-hour days. Not big on that. But fellas, get your winter beards going. You got to have a nice winter beard, all right? You know, mine this year, it's got some grays, you know, making me look distinguished. People get to see me on the street, get to want to ask questions, you know, meaning of life. I don't have those answers, but I understand why you're going to ask them.
I can't help it that I'm custom made. I can't help it that I look good, smell good, can dance all night long. I can't help it.
What books are you guys reading? I just read Fireborn. I'm on, what's the second one called? Flamefall. Now I'm reading Flamefall. Jess is like, hey, when you say a book, you know, mention the author. Yeah, I have no idea who the author is. Zero clue who the author is. I can't tell you a thing about that author. Could tell you I do like the book series, though. What else do I got for you? Bets. What are we doing betting wise today? Well, today is Wednesday. So we took the Bruins last night. They mashed, as they always do. I'm thinking Canucks tonight. I really don't like any of the games on this slate, so we're probably not going to take anybody. But Thursday slate, that's a good slate. We got a lot of games. Ooh, I'm not sure yet. I'm going to choose a team. I'm sorry I can't give you guys who I want, and I'd probably give it to you and it would lose just because that's how it happens when you're so confident about something. You're like, hey, take this, and then they lose, and everybody's like, oh, what? You told us to take this. Well, don't listen to me, all right? I mean, listen to me, but don't listen to me. That's all I got for you guys today. Enjoy it.
Stay tuned for the next Manly Minute, where you can get tips about sports, working out, reading, gaming, and other fun topics. Just a reminder to stay after the episode for some bloopers and bonus content.
Join us again next Thursday for another potty episode. And then get ready, everyone, because next Tuesday, November 21st, and for the remainder of the month, we'll be reading and reviewing the highly anticipated sequel to Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, Iron Flame. Join us then as we begin our discussion on the newly released fantasy novel.
Don't forget to mark your calendar for our next Book of the Month episode, which will air on Wednesday, November 29th. We'll be reading and discussing Tommy Orange's novel, They're There.
And be on the lookout for our next bonus-ode. On November 20th, we'll be reviewing Britney Spears' newly released memoir, The Woman in Me. And maybe for other upcoming unannounced surprise bonus-odes.
If you haven't read the upcoming books but would like to, head on over to the link in our bio and get a copy for yourself so that you can participate in future discussions.
You don't pay anything extra, but if you make a purchase using our link, we get a small commission, so thank you so much for supporting us. If you enjoy listening to our podcast, it would really mean a lot to us if you would leave a positive review on Spotify, Apple, or whichever streaming service you use.
We would really appreciate it also if you could spread the word by telling friends and family about our podcast. And of course, we want to say thank you to all of our listeners. We really appreciate each and every one of you.
Yep.
We also want to remind everyone to be on the lookout for our live events on TikTok.
Yep, we'll be doing some live events soon, and we will post upcoming dates on our socials. If you're just tuning in, this is what you can expect from our podcast. We're going to be releasing new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday, so be sure to check out our socials for updates and also some bonus content. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and other platforms. Click on the link in our bio for access to all of our socials, our website, and other links.
We encourage you to reach out to us with thoughts, ideas, questions, and feedback. You can email us at bookswithcooks@gmail.com. You can also find our full book reviews on Goodreads. These links will also be available at the link in bio. If no one told you today, you're important and valued. You belong here. You're doing great, and we believe in you.
Now let's turn the page and put a fork in it.
Because we're done with this one.
Don't forget to mark your calendar for our next Book of the Month episode, which will air on Wednesday, November 29th. We'll be reading and reviewing Tommy Orange novel there.
Shut up, you fucking yokel.
All right.
Alrighty, everyone. So let's transition into the cooking portion of our episode with some cooking tips. For today, we're going to discuss tips and tricks to die for. Jess, what do you have for us today?
I have it. Just wait. Just wait, because it's a white screen. But I do have it. Killing me softly. With his song. Telling my whole life. All right. Come on.
As you all know, we recently read Belladonna by Addy the Gray. We picked our favorite good and bad reviews in case anyone's on the fence about reading it. Belladonna currently has an overall rating of 4.1 out of 4.3 out of 5. That's pretty good if it's out of 4.3. All right.
This whole
As
thing
you all-
is you just revise that last sentence because you're gonna get confused when you start reading it too. It says an overall rating of 4.1 out of 5 and a 4.3 on Goodreads and a 4 on Amazon.
Sure. Ooh, let me have some of that Cool Whip. What'd you say? You can't have a pie without Cool Whip. Cool Whip? Cool Whip, yeah. You mean Cool Whip. Yeah, Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. You're saying it weird. Why are you putting so much emphasis on the H? What are you talking about? I'm just saying it. Cool Whip. You put Cool Whip on pie. Pie tastes better with Cool Whip. Say whip. Whip. Now say Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. You're eating hair!
Thanks for listening to my mommy and Aunt Alex. Bye.